I got some new games. Oh, what a glorious day. Oh, get new games. The kids show you can wait.
叶えてあげるわ。あなたの夢を。心の想い形に変えて夢見る少女たちに代わってスーパークラブにお任せよ。
Hey everybody, Jim here with another pickups video. This is actually going to be my last pickups video for a very long time, and I'll explain that in a future video. But for now, let's just get to the games. And I will say that the last game I'm going to show off today is one of my, I guess, holy grails of collecting. Everyone has those games that they think they'll never ever find, and if they do find it, there's no way they'll afford it, so it becomes kind of like this mythical holy grail kind of game. So I do have one of those. That's going to be saved for last. But let's jump right in. Not too much recently, but a lot of good stuff. PC Engine games here. First up, got a copy of Legendary Axe, which is a fun game. Got released in Western territories as well as in Japan, so there you go. Legendary Axe, pretty fun action platformer. And Legendary Axe 2, which is also pretty cool. Happy to have both of those games. Anything with the kind of like fantasy slant to it. I'm a huge fan of Conan and Beastmaster, that whole vein of things. So anything with that kind of slant to it, that fantasy motif, I'm probably going to be into it. PC Engine version of Altered Beast. This is definitely the worst version of this game I've ever played. The controls are pretty unresponsive. Here's a game, Winning Shot. Just a fun little golf game. Not bad. Golf games can be fun if, I don't know, like for some odd reason, just the characters you're playing makes golf games fun or not for me. Like, I like the Mario golf games, but I don't really like golf games where you're playing as actual golfers. Because who gives a shit, right? I want to play as Mario or Toad or something. Really awesome shooter. Final Soldier. It's an awesome game in the Soldier series of games by Hudson. So, Star Soldier and Superstar Soldier, those are good games. And then one game for the PC Engine CD. This is called Browning. I have mixed feelings on this game. Graphics are good, sound design is really good, the cutscenes are done really well, but the controls are pretty damn clunky. At times this game is really difficult simply because the controls make it difficult. But on the whole, it's not a bad game. It's not a great game, but it's not bad either. Browning on the PC Engine CD. Not bad. Right here, got a handful of pretty cool games for the Famicom. First up, kind of action RPG. It's a copy of Faxanadu. Pretty cool. This did get a Western release, and it's not terrible. Faxanadu, pretty cool. This game is on a lot of people's lists of games they don't like. It's a copy of Hydlide, which this title actually says Hydlide Special, but as I'm playing it, I don't notice any differences from just regular Hydlide on the NES. Compared sometimes to Zelda with the top-down view and but really the way the combat is, it reminds me a lot more of the first couple of Ys games where you're just kind of bumping into the enemies while holding the attack button. But Hydlide, not terrible. It gets a reputation for being like this horrible, awful fucking game. It's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. Here we have a bit of Kunio-kun Soccer. This was released elsewhere as Nintendo World Cup, and this game is really, really fun. I can't remember if they had cutscenes in Nintendo World Cup or not, but this one has lots of cool cutscenes with Kunio and his friends on his soccer team, so that's pretty cool. Some awesome Kunio-kun Soccer. I get those games, those Technos games, whenever I can. This game, really awesome. I was super happy to find it. Just wanted a copy of this game any way I could get it. It's a copy of Metal Storm. By now it's pretty common knowledge that Metal Storm is this really great gem of a game that came out kind of late in the NES's lifespan, and so it was kind of overlooked, but it is really great. The whole inverting gravity whenever the hell you want to, and it's just, action packed, blowing crap up. Bosses are, really inventive and a challenging game too. So Metal Storm, definitely an awesome game for the Famicom or the NES. And then I got one game for the N64. It's a copy of Top Gear Rally, and it's a rally driving game. Pretty fun. Racing games on the Nintendo 64 are generally like top shelf. A lot of great racing games on that system. Alright, move that to the side. Here we got some PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games. First up, Fire Pro Wrestling Iron Slam 96. This one is a 3D pro wrestling game, and all of the characters in it are made to resemble real life pro wrestlers from the day. So they have wrestlers that look a lot like Vader and I think Stan Hansen and Hulk Hogan and Ultimo Dragon and stuff, but they're got names that are very similar and looks that are very similar, but for copyright reasons they're not those wrestlers. But it's pretty cool. So Fire Pro Wrestling Iron Slam 96. Got a copy of Chocobo Racing, which I already have a copy of this game in the Chocobo collection, but this is just the standalone copy, and it was like $5, so I wanted to pick it up. I really do like this game. As I said, any game in a kart racing format, you do it with Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Mega Man, Final Fantasy, it doesn't matter. Put them in go-karts, you're gonna have fun. So Chocobo Racing, really great. This one, gotta read the title. It's Bokan to Ipats Dorambo. It's a top-down shoot-'em-up. I guess based on a series of manga and anime. This group of villains that almost remind me, they almost remind me of kind of like a Boris and Natasha kind of group. They're really wacky. But it's a top-down shooter. It's kind of a cutesy one, almost a cute-'em-up. So it's pretty cool. So check that out if you get the chance. This 2D fighter by Atlas. It's Goketsuji Ichizoku 2. These games are fun, in many ways parody 2D fighters, really wacky characters, sound effects, and music, but they are fun. Atlas always, puts out some really good games, and a whole lot of butt cheeks and things like that as well, so, it's always appreciated. Goketsuji Ichizoku 2. This game, really awesome, just adding more Rockman games to my collection. It's a copy of Rockman Dash 2, aka Mega Man Legends 2. Mega Man Legends games are really fun. So I have the first and second one, and I'd love to get my hands on a Tron Bon someday. That was actually a pretty fun game too. So Rockman Dash 2. PS2 games, pretty cool. Got Biohazard Code Veronica, and on the side it says it is the premium pack. It comes with a Code Veronica soundtrack, which is pretty cool. So there it is. So that's Biohazard Code Veronica Premium Pack. A copy of Kinnikuman Generations. This did come out in the States. I believe it was called it was Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. Just a fun, kind of wacky Kinnikuman game. I like Kinnikuman. I liked pro wrestling a long time ago when I was a kid, so Kinnikuman kind of, just the wacky characters in that setting, it kind of triggers a nostalgic nerve for me. This game by Capcom, Fate Unlimited Codes. It's a 2D fighter, but the graphics are three-dimensional and you can sidestep and things like that, take some advantages of 3D environments, but for the most part it's just a 2D fighter, and it's a pretty damn good one. So Fate Unlimited Codes, pretty cool. Another in one of my favorite series of fighting games of all time. This is Guilty Gear XX Accent Core. Just another really awesome Guilty Gear game. Really fast, great visuals, awesome soundtracks. And actually just recently I was in the arcades playing some Accent Core plus R, and that was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to potentially getting a console release of that, if they haven't already. I don't know. But yeah, Accent Core, pretty good. Another really great 2D fighter, maybe my favorite in the King of Fighters series. It's King of Fighters 11. Really good, plays really well. I love the roster of characters in this game. It's a really awesome game. KOF 11. And finally, a sequel to a really great game on the PlayStation 1. It is a platformer. It is Klonoa 2. And I really don't know what to say other than it's just awesome. Both of the Klonoa games are really fun, side-scrolling platformers. Not a whole lot else to say. Klonoa, really awesome. Alright, so that's those. Now, lastly, I got this stack of Mega Drive games, and the one on the bottom is the one that I was talking about. But starting from the top, copy of Wimbledon Championship Tennis, just a tennis game that I suck at, don't know shit about tennis. I got a copy of Tecmo World Cup 92. This is actually a pretty fun soccer game. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I can occasionally enjoy a soccer game. This one, really awesome game. It's Mazen Saga. It's based on a series of manga and anime, but it's a beat 'em up, and when you get to the bosses, it switches to kind of like a 2D fighting mode. So it mixes beat 'em up with 2D fighter, and it's a lot of fun. Mazen Saga, really good game. Shoot 'em ups, got a few of them. Here's a copy of XDR, which stands for X Dazedly Ray. Doesn't make any sense, but this is a very mediocre side-scrolling shoot 'em up. XDR. Next up, this one's actually pretty cool. Generic when it comes to the setup of the stages and what have you, but pretty cool. Atomic Robo Kid, which is more like a free roaming shooter. It's not a scrolling shooter. You move around freely as you want, but I guess the action is very much like just a side-scrolling shooter. Atomic Robo Kid. That's a really awesome title, in my opinion. Another really great shoot 'em up, side-scrolling. It's a copy of Gaiares. Really good game. You can use this little option you have with you to steal the powers of other ships and then power that up, and that's how you get all your weapons. So there are no actual power-ups in the game other than like a shield, I think. So this is really fun, unique in the world of shoot 'em ups, and also extremely challenging. So a really good game, Gaiares. Alright, this last game was really a holy grail for me for a number of reasons. One, it's a game in pretty much my favorite series of games ever. It's an especially rare game. I didn't think I would ever find it in the wild anywhere, and I knew I wasn't going to buy it off eBay, because on eBay it goes for like $300 or more, and that's just not feasible for me. So I just assumed I would never come across it, and I would never be able to afford to buy it online, or at least wouldn't be able to bring myself to buy it online. So all of those things put together made me view this game as just a holy grail. One I'll probably never have, but I did come across it in the wild. It was at a game store. It was in a case. They knew what they had, but they were selling it for roughly like half of what I'd ever seen it going for on eBay. So I really could not pass up that opportunity. Might have, never get another opportunity like that again. This game is Rockman Mega World. The only Rockman game released on the Sega Mega Drive. The only way this game was playable in the United States was it was on the Sega channel. It was called Mega Man The Wily Wars, and so it never got a physical release outside of Japan. So I guess in that sense I would call it a Japan exclusive. It's a great game. It's just basically it features updated versions of Rockman 1, 2, and 3, made specifically for the Mega Drive. So the graphics are updated, the sound design is updated, so you get those classic tunes from Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, but remixed in the kind of Mega Drive Genesis style. So it's a really great game, a lot of fun, as Mega Man games tend to be, and it's just an awesome update for those games. I found it in pretty much mint condition, and it's complete. So open it up, it has, still the manual and all the other inserts that came with it, and the cart's in perfect condition. Took it out, it's clean, popped it in my Mega Drive, and started playing it right away. No need to clean it or anything like that. So I am super happy with this Rockman Mega World. As I said, one of my holy grails. So I'm so incredibly happy to have this in my collection. Mega Man being my favorite series. So this is a really great piece of Mega Man history and lore. The only Mega Man game on Mega Drive. So that's awesome. And that's it. Those are all of the pickups I have this time around. As I said, this is going to be the last one for a very long time, and I will be releasing a video shortly explaining why. But for the time being, everybody, thank you for watching, and please do come back again next time. Take care.